Bro, this isn't even my usual content, but I've been seeing everyone talking about Natalie Nunn and Cam Newton, and I'm like, okay, I got 45 minutes. I got a little plate of dinner. I'm about to sit here and watch this. I look it up. Why is it 2 hours and 37 seconds, though? You mean to tell me he tried her one time, according to y'all, and she played in his face and embarrassed him and got under his skin for 2 hours? I'm not watching this whole thing. Someone's gonna have to really sum up the best parts and put it into like a compilation of like 25 minutes. Oh, in all seriousness though, because it's like, could you imagine getting dragged and disrespected by the Natalie Nunn? I would not be able to handle it. I would simply not. I would have to cut it at an hour and 15 minutes. Like, all right, please, like, let me make it home, please. And I've only seen a few clips of the types of things she was saying, and I'm like, 2 hours and 37 minutes? That would be my 13th reason. I'm sorry.
Natalie absolutely played on Cam Newton's podcast. I don't want to say play. She humbled him. Like, she ate the way she would tell a joke and literally laugh and kick her feet. And then he was really trying to sit up there and play in her face like she's not Natalie Nunn. Like, he tried to play her when it comes to that one challenge. Post funny. He told me something. Who was doing that? She said NFL players. He put up a video of an NFL player doing that while you're sitting here doing a podcast because your career is over.
So yesterday I watched the interview with Natalie and Cam Newton, and I couldn't even get through the interview. Like, at first it was cool, but when he started asking like, oh, what does a baddie bring to the table? What does a baddie bring to the table? I physically could not keep watching. Because, oh my fucking God. Like, at that point, I wanted to be on the fucking podcast. Because, like, I hate this question of, like, what do you bring to the table? Because, like, okay, if we're talking about baddies, right, these entertainers, because it's like, Natalie explained very clearly, right, baddie life is different than real life, right? Being a baddie is you're an entertainer. You're selling this fantasy of you're this boss. You're this, like, it has nothing to do with, like, you as a person. It's the character that you portray. So now, after she explained that multiple times in the beginning of the interview, him pressing, okay, but what does a baddie bring to the table? What does a baddie bring to the table? And she was like, okay, well, me specifically, right? Me as a baddie, this is what I bring. I pay the bills. I'm the breadwinner. I do this. I do that. He was like, okay, well, money aside, what does a baddie bring to the table? And then she'll list some things like, okay, but like, what does a baddie bring to the table though? Like, what does a baddie specifically bring to the table? And I'm like, that's such a stupid fucking question, because like, a baddie is still a human. Like, she's still a regular person, right? And they're like, why should a man take a baddie seriously? Why should a man be with a baddie? Well, first, if a man wants to be with a baddie, he could be with a baddie, right? But at the end of the day, the reason why he's with her has to do with that specific person. You know, what she can offer. And it's different per baddie. Like, he wanted her to give a blanket statement of all baddies across the world why a man should take all baddies. Not really, like, not understanding that everyone is fucking different. Like, I really didn't understand his point of the fucking question. Like, he asked, what is a baddie? She said, a baddie is a boss. A baddie is the breadwinner. A baddie makes the most money, right? And he was like, okay, well, without the money, then what is a baddie? That's like saying, what is a football player? A football player is a man who plays professional football, right? Okay, but like, without the football, what is a football player? A man. Like what? It's like he was trying to have a gotcha moment so fucking bad, but he wasn't listening to anything she was fucking saying, which made it like, yo, how many times does she got to keep explaining this shit to you? She set off a boundary in the very beginning of the fucking show, or the episode. I don't want to talk about my husband and my daughter. My family, my personal life is my personal life. We don't have to talk about that. I'm not coming on here as Natalie Nunn, the wife and mother. I'm coming on here as Natalie Nunn, baddie CEO. Natalie Nunn, Bad Girls Club. Natalie Nunn, entertainer. That's what she's coming on here for. As a fucking interviewer, you need to do your job and properly research the people you're interviewing. Because now when you get up here with a whole preconceived notion of who the fuck you're about to talk to, without understanding actually who the fuck you're talking to, right? That's when we run into these type of stupid ass conversations where you're asking her the same question over and over again and she's repeating her fucking answer and you're just not understanding what the fuck she is saying because you don't want to understand. Like, what does a baddie bring to the table? A baddie is the table, right? A baddie is the fucking table. She doesn't have to bring anything to the table because she gets the most money. You don't have to be with a fucking baddie. Right? Why does he wanted her to sit there and pretty much say like, no, like, men, you guys need to choose baddie. You guys need to choose baddies. Whole time, like, they're getting chosen, right? Because baddie aside, they're probably good fucking people. And it's like, no matter what answer, like, he wanted her to say sex. Like, no matter what answer she would have given, because she said money, career advice, fucking being a boss, the respect, the recognition, the popularity. She was giving the actual fucking answers, and he was just like, no, but like, what does a baddie like really bring to the table though? Like, what does a baddie bring to the table? And it's like, what the fuck did you want her to say? Because it's like, you're saying all of this, and then she tells you what she brings to the table personally. And it was like, okay, but like, you aside, like, don't, like, you aside. Remove yourself from the whole equation, like, you aside. How the fuck is she supposed to know? Like, you're asking, what do baddies as a whole bring to the fucking table? As if baddies don't come in different shapes and fucking sizes. And as if baddies don't have different degrees and different, like, things. He kept on asking. She said, like, bro, and then she literally said, like, my baddies, there's so many different type, like, the baddies are mothers, they're fucking college students, they're athletes, like, and she was talking about Lex, how, like, she played professional college basketball. So, like, baddies do shit. Like, they have degrees. They're smart women, right? And his response is like, okay, but like, what does a baddie bring to the table? What the fuck are you trying, like, what answer are you trying to get from her? It makes no sense, because if you say, like, oh, she's loving, she's caring, she's nurturing, all of that, that's shit that anyone could bring to the fucking table. You don't have to be a fucking baddie to bring to the table. That is not exclusive to baddies. None of this shit is exclusive to baddies. But he was trying to find something that's exclusive, but it's like, no. If you listen to what the fuck she is saying, right, how being a baddie, it's a fucking job. The same way being a football player is your fucking job, right? No one is asking, what does a football player bring? Like, what does a football player bring to the table? Oh, but like money aside, but like fame aside, but like popularity aside, but like free football games aside, what does he bring to the table? It's a profession, and you just said everything that the profession, like every benefit that comes with the profession, all of that aside, what does they bring to the table? At the end of the day, that's just a fucking man, right? So now you're going more into his character, like, oh, as a, like, his character, is it good, right? And when you start listing stuff that, like, him as a, like, person is positive, right? Oh, but like, any man can bring that. Duh. So like, why are we even having this fucking conversation of what baddies bring to the table? When it's like, the things that you're looking for, whether it's sex or actual fucking characteristics, it's stuff that any women can bring to the fucking table. It has nothing to do with being a baddie. And Natalie tried to explain that multiple fucking times to this man. And instead of him understanding what she was saying, or at least trying to understand what she was saying, he was just deflecting and being like, you're dodging the question. Tell me about Jacob. Tell me about your husband. Even though she said multiple times, I don't want to talk about my husband. He asked her why. And she gave such a great answer as to why. Like, my life at home is very different to Baddie's life. These are two different Natalies. This is an entertainer. This is a mother. When it comes to my house, my behind the closed doors in my apartment, all of my house, bitch, that's private. That's what we have. That's the only thing we have. So it's like, why would I give that up for you? Like, I'm just like, why interview someone and you know nothing about them, right? It's like, and then on top of that, like, interview should be more of conversation, right? The questions should flow. You're reading off an iPad asking questions like that have nothing to do with each other. Like, it's seen as if you were just trying to like check things off a box, right? None of your questions were like flowing. It was just a terrible fucking interview. Like, and I didn't even know this nigga had a podcast until Natalie. And then she even told him like, yo, this is about to be your most viral fucking thing. You didn't believe him? Look at his page. All his other interviews, whatever, 35K views. Natalie pushing 900,000. Like, what the fuck are we talking about?